All right, welcome to another live episode of the Fake Football Analyst. I'm your host of the most, Aaron Cash here with Hollywood Ray. I'm conflicted feelings because a lot of stuff went on over the weekend. I told you my Giants were going to lose to the Bears. They did it in a Shane Bowen fashion. So let's start off with Clean Your Desk segment. But first, Hollywood Ray, how you doing?
Man, I'm good. Lot of sports deaths in the last couple of days. I know it wasn't all football really. I know that Paul Tagliabue, who was the former commissioner, passed away, I think, at 84, 85. Lenny Wilkins, in the NBA, legendary coach, Hall of Famer, passed away. So, and I feel like it always happens around this time of the year, right? We always lose some type of legendary person, or people in general just lose family members. So, you know, just well, this is a pun intended, but definitely thankful to be here, thankful to be doing the show, and to talk about someone cleaning their desk because yeah, you called it, man. I said I didn't think that they would do it. I think they would do it this like this abruptly, which I don't know why I didn't feel that way, but yeah, I guess it had to be done. But the floor is yours on that. I'll give you. We need to make a banner saying AK rant because I know it's your time to sound off.
It's not really so much a rant. Like, I knew this was going to happen ever since Tom Coughlin left. With all the head coaches that we've had since him, we've gone 53, 140, and 1. And Daboll was 20. I kept seeing 20, 40 and 1, and then 21, 40 and 1. So I don't know who's right and who's wrong. Everything's just been a blur the last 4 seasons. It doesn't matter to me who the head coach is going to be, just because John Mara and his cronies are still in office. And the problem is the definition of insanity, which we all know what the definition of insanity is that you're keeping Joe Shane to find a new head coach.
Right.
So instead of moving forward, firing the Mara cronies, John Mara needs to take a step back, fire Joe Shane, because we're going to go into a Jerry Reese, Ben McAdoo situation, and then that's not going to work, and then we're going to fire both of them, and then we're going to do like a Dave Gettleman, Pat Shurmur situation, and then Dave Gettleman, Joe Judge situation. It's ridiculous. So it's like, and it's not going to be a coach that's going to have control. I think Brian Daboll really didn't have as much control as we thought. It's just because, like, the players that they were drafting, they could have had better players, like Wan'Dale Robinson, for instance. George Pickens and Trey McBride went underneath them. You're going to tell me that Trey McBride wouldn't have been a good tight end? You're telling me George Pickens wasn't going to be a better receiver than Wan'Dale Robinson? So it's just like Joe Shane needs to go. The development, it's just not there. I personally think I would want the assistant GM for the Philadelphia Eagles, just because he knows how Howie Roseman is. Howie Roseman's making deals like this, that. And I want a Clint Kubiak. I know everyone keeps talking about defensive coordinators like Steve Spags. He's not coming back. Bill Belichick, he's not coming back. I think Clint Kubiak would work, but he needs to have as much control over his rosters than what has been assessed to the previous 5 coaches, if you include Steve Spags' interim. And I have no faith in Mike Kafka whatsoever. His offense is vanilla. He needs to go back to Andy Reid like Matt Nagy did and just stay as an assistant.
Yeah. Tell us how you really feel.
And that's not even really yelling. That's just facts. If Mara doesn't want to give up,
that's worse though. That's worse. When you're a parent, it's worse when you're like, I'm not even angry. I'm just disappointed. And it's always worse because you're like, damn, like smack me in my face or punish me for 3 weeks. You're just like, I don't even know who you are right now. It's just like, and then that's always worse.
And the worst part is people want Kevin Stefanski, which is also could be on Clean Your Desk because his seat is boiling hot. They want the Giants to go after Kevin Stefanski. I said, You want to be the Cleveland Browns so bad. You want to be the Browns so bad. You're gonna pick up their leftovers. I don't care. He's a 2-time Coach of the Year. It's if you can't make it work in Cleveland, and I know you have control over Andrew Berry. Why would you come to New York?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he wouldn't be the first choice, but he should be in the top 5 for interviews if that's the case for him.
So, as someone who's not a Giants fan, give me your top 5 then.
Top 5. Let's see. Well, this is more of a pipe dream because I think that they may move on for him at the end of the year. But I would look at Kyle Shanahan at the top. If that was the case.
Okay.
I would look at let's see. I think Todd Bowles will be done soon too, because I feel like Tampa, even though Tampa's doing well, they're not going to win. So I feel like Todd Bowles is someone else that will be on there as well. Let me see. 3. Let me see. Unfortunately, I feel like just because he hasn't gone anywhere, but I feel like Mike McCarthy is going to be on that list, unfortunately. 4 would be Mike McDaniel. He's going to be on there because he's going to be gone soon too. And then 5 would be Stefanski. So yeah.
So I'm seeing a lot too. Robert Saleh come back to the Meadowlands, but only with Mike McDaniel as the O coordinator.
I mean that'd be an upgrade. Once again, my beef down there ain't with McDaniel. It's the fan base. Like I think that he's done okay when they were healthy and they had good talent. I think Dart would be an improvement from Tua. You guys have one of Milik Neighbors. He just got hurt. But he's that guy. Like so there's some pieces there. Like it's not like it's like and once again, this is objectively speaking. Like this is not everyone knows that we troll and joke about our teams, but there's guys there that could be a part of the next wave. So does it turn into 07 or 2011 or 86 or 90? No, not right away. No. But once again, can you be a perennial playoff team? This is why we always had the argument. I was like, man, it would burn a hole in me that the 2 victories happened the way it did, only because I didn't see consistent playoff runs. I would feel a lot better if I saw more playoff runs from the Giants teams throughout Eli's tenure and even after. Like I would feel better. But it's just like, man, it was like the definition of lightning in the bottle, which is great. You won. Either way, you won. So you can't take it away. You won. But me personally, from outside looking in, I'd feel better if there was more playoff. Even if you lose in the wild card and the championship game, fine. That's okay. Just don't be Dallas. Just don't be Dallas. Just don't be Dallas. That's not a good comparison. Don't be someone like Minnesota. Don't be someone like that where it's just like, but I don't know. I'd rather see you get into the playoffs than not. It's better when the original franchises do well, period.
It's true. So before we get off Clean Your Desk segment, is there any other coaches that are bubbling hot besides Kevin Stefanski that I mentioned earlier? Obviously Mike McDaniel, we already know he's gone.
Yeah, he's there.
It's just any kind of like wild card type teams.
Well, I just said his name. Todd Bowles to me, once again, not hot seat, not hot seat, but it's just once again, they like not overachieving, because I don't want to say that because obviously Baker's been awesome, and he's been MVP candidate. I'm just saying I just feel like if they don't get back at least to the divisional round or an NFC Championship appearance, you're looking at a Sean King, not the one on Twitter. You're looking at Sean King and a Tony Dungy type of situation.
Interesting.
Sorry. So for those that that those references went over your head, go ahead and Google it. But Sean King was he got there to the NFC Championship game with that team, had a hell of a defense. Dungy, hell of a coach. I think I lost an NFC Championship game 11-6, which is insane. Because that Rams offense was unreal, but the fact they only scored 11 points was crazy. But yeah, like I just feel like they're in that type of position again, and once again, it shouldn't be, but I can see that happening. And then, but hopefully Aaron Glenn stays, because they're clearly so playing for him. They just don't have the talent. Justin Fields is a joke. Justin Fields is a coach killer. Coach killer. We used to talk about check stealer on here. So you're on mute, but like,
yeah, you're saying Ohio State quarterbacks are not good. Is what you're trying to say, which we've already talked about before.
Oh yeah, Coach Killer. What was he? 6 of 11 for like 54 yards, something like that's. I maybe give him more yards than that's insane. That's insane.
At one point, he was 3 for 5 for 5 yards, and Garrett Wilson was literally playing, and he didn't get a look.
Right, and like I said, we talked about this last week on our on the trade show. Like, if I was Garrett Wilson, I'd have been banging down every door at the facility. Like, hey, listen, it ain't working. It ain't working. I put me somewhere, whether in division, outside, whatever. But put me in a place where I can actually go out and showcase my talent. Please.
Well, listen, he can't. He signed an extension in the offseason. He's going nowhere. He decided that he wanted to be locked up as a Jet for life.
No, he wanted to be locked into the money. But it's just like there's no way you don't decide you want to be a Jet for life. you just don't. You're not. Hell, even their best player in franchise history didn't stay there for life. He went to LA. So
I think their best franchise player is Wayne Corbett, or Mark Gastineau, but. Anyway, So any other Week 10 takeaways that you saw throughout the league?
Hey, that team in Route 1 is back, baby.
Oh, boy.
Team is back. 5-0 on the road, and I tell people my indicator of you being a contender is how do you play on the road, and they have not lost on the road. Like I said, they walk into your building and they take over. That throw to Kyle Williams, and he was just out of there in a hurry, phenomenal. Travion Henderson finally getting a sighting there. Love to see it. We're like I said, all in on having this season. I still wish they had added something at the deadline. But to come in there once again 5-0. I don't know how Mike Vrabel's not the coach of the year. I don't. This team won 8 games combined last 2 years. Combined up here. Well, that's not been a thing since we were children. We was in the sandbox last time that was a thing. Hell, they even made the Super Bowl when we was in the sandbox. Early kindergarten, first, whatever. So this is not a thing up here. That once again in this era, once again, the last 30 years since Kraft has been the owner, they have been to 10 Super Bowls. 10. So that's 1 out of every 3 years. They're statistically they're in a Super Bowl. Like once again, I don't think that they're there yet. I still think everything should still run through Kansas City. And that's just give it respect where it's due. Just like with us, like we were the standard, and like I said, Kansas City is the standard now, so that's fine. But I said it after the Buffalo win. Drake May has put y'all on notice that he's coming for the throne, and there's not a throw he can't make. There's not a play that he can't make. And if we ever get any type of running game, excuse me, to compliment what he's doing, they're going to the AFC Championship game. And
wow,
you can book it. Once again, that happens when the defense finally starting to wake up a little bit. If they get a consistent run game without Drake May playing, they're going to the AFC Championship game. Once again, may not win it, but either it's going to go through Gillette like Damian Woody and them been talking about, or we got to go to Arrowhead. But either way, it's time to throw in the king.
Wow. So much for having the Patriots really develop and go through their bad spurt. It only took like 2 years. And
No,
now all of a sudden
it's been five. It's been
we're
5 years.
back.
It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years.
Oh
Stop
boy.
it.
Oh
Wait,
boy.
hasn't 2020? There was what 7-9. Okay, Mac Jones comes in the first year. They go 10-9. Cool. 2022, 8-9. 2023, 4-13. 2024, 4-13. You know, it's in a 5-year stretch where they've been either mediocre or bottom of the barrel. So much so that they were laughing at this team when they lost 10-6 against. I almost said Baltimore Colts. I don't know why I keep saying that, but the Indianapolis Colts. They lost 10-6 on NFL Network, and Rich Eisen was having a heart attack. He was laughing so hard at how bad this team was and how they lost the game, not giving up an offensive touchdown. Like, that's how bad it got. That's when I knew I was like, yo, this is officially rock bottom. Officially rock bottom. So to come from that in London, where we got embarrassed at 9:30 in that we had to get up. I had to sit there and watch that atrocity on national TV at 9:30 a.m. To being back in a familiar space. Yes, I said that for those that listen to us later on. A familiar space, being atop the AFC, being atop the AFC East. This is familiar territory. And in our lifetime, this team has handled prosperity well. Period. They have. Lost some games that, you know, we felt they could have won or should have won, but it didn't happen that way. You can't win them all. But it's familiar territory for things to run through Route 1, and it's about time. It's about time. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, I don't have so much with teams for my takeaways, more or less just like players. Mm-hmm. So obviously Roma Dunze is Caleb Williams' favorite target. I love that for him.
He's nice.
Ryan
Poles nice.
Definitely hit a good draft pick with that. I DJ Moore has been so inconsistent. It makes me want to be like Steve Smith on Hard Knocks and just bench him, because he either has really good games or he doesn't get targeted at all. And last week, I guess this week, didn't get targeted at all. So great on Roma Dunze. Jonathan Taylor, if he's not the MVP, I really don't know who is. Everyone is saying
watching
Matt
the MVP. I just told you about him. You're watching the MVP.
Yeah.
You're watching the MVP.
Baker was in it for a little bit, but he's kind of dying off a little bit. But
yeah,
when you have 1,100 yards already, 13 touchdowns, there's no way you can't be the MVP.
So objectively speaking, right? Objectively, it should be Jonathan. Yes, it should be Jonathan Taylor that wins it. He literally has put Indianapolis on his back, right?
Absolutely.
Like, for sure. Like, crazy season.
He's a better version of Saquon Barkley when he was with Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Right. Correct. Because things might have been different. Yeah. Right. So for sure. But I think we talked about it before, like how blessed that franchise has been at the running back position from either before we were born to now. Eric Dickerson, Marshall Faulk, Edgerrin James, even they won with Dominic Rhodes, right?
And Joseph Adai, but they also have the Donald Browns.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like
that, so
it's wild. And then you get Jonathan Taylor, and now he's another great guy that they've had. Like, it's unbelievable what's come through that organization. But if it's not Jonathan Taylor, y'all just watched him win in Tampa Bay. What Drake missed doing his second year, like, I'm sorry, like the leap. Cause I didn't know the leap was going to be this good right away. Like, I knew he would get to where he's getting to, but I didn't think it'd happen in year 2. And I'm just like, we were told the receiving core was garbage. We were told that they may win 5 games. This was being said. Even on the, once again, I'm not going to get into it all again, but into the week schedule that you guys spoke about, y'all said it was a week schedule. It's a terrible schedule.
It's the easiest schedule in the NFL, so yes.
Easiest schedule, but you had them winning 5 games. Not you, I'm saying, but they had them winning 5 games. Had them winning 5 or 6 games But now it's the easiest schedule in the league. Unbelievable.
I mean, I said it from the get-go because they literally put them at number one. So I was like, all right, that's why I said on Friday, check out Friday's show. I basically said that they had to have this run that they had with the easy schedule because if they were going to win 5 games this year, I figured it was going to look pretty bleak going forward. But the fact that they're in the division, leading the division, they haven't lost on the road, and they have this confidence, I think it's going to help them have the trajectory to next year. And also, too, a takeaway I had, and I'm not going to give up because I told you about this. I warned you. The Arizona Cardinals got mollywopped in the Battle of the Birds. Jacoby Brissett from Indianapolis.
He looked like how we usually look. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Kyler Murray, we thought he was going to start. Then all of a sudden he went back on IR. So my question to you is, actually I have 2. One, are you going to retract on the Cardinals because I told you not to invest in them and you lied to me anyways? And then 2, where do you think Kyler Murray's destination is going to be? Because I feel like he's done in Arizona.
So yeah, I'm definitely out. I'm definitely out. They've let me down again. Now
I warned you.
Now, granted, between they started off hot. Obviously injuries play a part into it, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. now is starting to be more of a threat. He clearly has been playing better with Jacoby Brissett, so I'm sure he was happy to see him. But where does he go? We just talked about this team. Kyler Murray, you were a New York Jet.
I was actually thinking Raiders myself.
They just paid $100 million.
I don't mean nothing. If the Raiders want to win, we all know Tom Brady. The Raiders want to win, and Pete Carroll wants to keep his job. They have to make a splash because Pete Carroll is worse right now than Antonio Pierce was.
Yeah, pretty sure, pretty valid there. But hold on, you just told me that Garrett Wilson can't go nowhere because they didn't matter. So I'm like, if you're right, the NFL contracts are a joke. So if that's the case, but until that happens, Kyler Murray, you're a Jet. I don't see. If anything, Vegas should go trade for Shedeur, call it a day. Go do that. But yeah, Kyler Murray, you are a New York Jet. Once again, Kyler Murray can actually throw the deep ball. He can. He can throw the deep ball very well. Something Justin Fields cannot do. And he's good at improv, And if you give him a really good number one, we've seen it with DeAndre Hopkins. He can produce. Not going to win you 10, 11 games, but he can produce. And once again, to go 9-8 there, you become a legend. Come 10-7, they might build a statue with you next to Joe Namath. You want 10-7 out there.
Yeah, so, I wouldn't be surprised.
So there's no pressure. There's no pressure to do well if he goes out there because it's not like the old Michael Jordan quote, the ceiling is the roof. It's not the roof. The roof is on fire and it's burning at MetLife. It's burning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I still think with the way Tom Brady's competitive, I feel like the Raiders would try to do something. I kept seeing Dolphins. I don't think Kyler Murray would want to go to the Dolphins.
Not if that team gets blown up, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no idea what would happen with that. I think I would say the Browns, but I'm not sure what.
No, but they still got Deshaun on the books. They can't do nothing with that.
Well, they found a way to pay 6 quarterbacks this year. But what I'm saying is, Kyler Murray goes over there, he doesn't have to worry about anything. He can just play Call of Duty all day, and then because it's it's the Browns, he doesn't have to worry about actually playing football. He can just go out there and just sling.
Those fans care more than the Jets fans. in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that, especially with the original Browns.
Right.
Before going to Baltimore, yeah.
And they've literally had like 50 quarterbacks since they've come back in 1999.
That's true.
From like Tim Crouch to now. Because the only two guys you could be like, man, they actually had a decent season was Derek Anderson and Kelly Holcomb. Once again, I challenge anyone listening to this to tell me any other guys that had a decent season besides Kelly Holcomb and Derek Anderson. And this is off the head. We don't have a statistician. No one's behind the scenes typing for us. But I would.
I mean, the only other quarterback would probably be Baker because he brought him to the playoffs.
Oh, sorry, right. Sorry, right. Yeah, I forgot they went 11-5, right? And they beat Pittsburgh, right? Okay, but that was even then one season, right? The one season. So you got what 2002, 2007, then 2020.
Yeah,
you had Deshaun Kaiser. So, that's a pull. That's a name there. You had Deshaun Kaiser. You had
Tyrod.
Yeah, you had Tyrod Taylor. AKA your boy Happy Feet, right?
He has Happy Feet.
Yeah, So I mean, it's been tough. Remember Tim Couch was supposed to be the guy. Had my guy Dennis Northcutt and Kevin Johnson.
I mean, Johnny Manziel literally said, "Are you going to draft me or what?" So
I want him to do so well. I was hoping him just go out there and kill it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because he would have put them. Oh, yeah, it'd have been so good. It sucks that they never got there, but yeah, he was awesome. So,
well, before we wrap it up, if anything else for a takeaway for Week 10, whether it's a team, players, before we get into final thoughts.
No, just I hope that that Jaden Daniels gets healthy. I think that there's a big narrative being pushed about him that he just wasn't that maybe he wasn't built for certain things or he's not that good. To me, that team ceiling is different when he's healthy. So hopefully he gets back to that. But also, Jacksonville. Wow. I think I texted you. I was like, wow. 26 unanswered from Houston. Davis Mills, bro. Your guy, Davis Mills.
Say it right. Say it right. Davis Longneck Mills.
Yeah, unbelievable. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's wild to me. That's unbelievable.
I think what's unbelievable too is the downfall of Nick Chubb, just because of the 2 leg injuries that he sustained.
Yeah,
while being in Cleveland.
Yeah, but oh my God, 26 unanswered. And because people don't like Trevor Lawrence, they want to listen on MTP. He has become bottom of the barrel on that show. Like Dave can't stand him. Mike can't stand him. Bobby be killing him. And I'm like, I'm the only one that'd be like, yo, like he's not awful. He's not what I thought he was going to be coming out in 2021, but he's not the worst QB in the league. Like, let's not get crazy. But I don't know, man. It's the fall from grace is real, and I'm blown away with how bad that defense was in the fourth quarter. 26 unanswered to David Mills is wild. You can't. There's no other way to slice it. You can't justify it. Like that's crazy. But yeah, like hey, they saved D'Amico Ryan's job for now.
For now, yeah, he might be pretty close to a clean your desk segment.
Yeah. But, I hope not, because I want to see the black coaches do well. But hey, if we ain't producing, you ain't producing. So it is what it is. But go with final thoughts.
So final thoughts for me. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat and everybody that was watching. It's just a different time today, just because Howard Ray thinks he's cool, doesn't have to do his first job, so he wanted to come on early. So shout out everyone in the chat. Also to anybody that is watching Giants football that comes on here. I did a show last night with the Giant topics, so check that show out as well, with the Brian Daboll firing. Also, too, I really hope John Maris gets sent to Mars, or any part of his cronies, the development team. Just everybody just needs to go, boom, take a rocket ship and go to Mars, because they do too much. Definition of insanity, and they'll never. What's the word I'm looking for? They'll never exceed expectations if they keep sticking to the old ways ever since Tom Coughlin left. And as always, Black people matter.
Yeah. My final thoughts is keep stacking wins, New England.
Oh boy.
People are getting upset again, which lets you know they know that you're good. People don't get mad unless you're good at something. People can just hate to hate, but when they start worried about the clapping your hands and they start worrying about how quickly you're scoring, it sounds real familiar. And hey, keep finding reasons to make them mad. Like the best is still yet to come. So don't once again, as fans we can beat our chest, but don't get satisfied with what's happening. Keep stacking wins and go get the 1 seed. Let the journey to the Super Bowl run through you. And as always, Black Lives Matter.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Listen, we're gonna do about 2-hour show.
Oh boy.
Rose, where you at, baby? Where you at, Ted?
Well, that's Hollywood Ray. I'm the most Eric Cass. This has been another episode of the Fake Football Analysts podcast. We'll see you when we see you. Peace.
Peace.